I call this section Move Your Body because the word exercise actually infers that something's going to be strenuous and difficult. And really, I got a secret for you. It really doesn't have to be. It could be something as easy as just taking the stairs every day or walking around on your lunch break or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be super organized. It doesn't have to be super strenuous or difficult. So why should you move? There's quite a few reasons actually that you should move your body. And one of them is it helps boost your metabolism and burn calories. So those are good things. Also, it can help you with your joints, including if you have arthritis, it can really help with that. And thirdly, it helps your entire body be stronger and healthier. And that's what we're striving for, is to improve your health and improve your life. Not just in this 30-day period of time, but forever. And another reason is because it complements your eating plan. And when you know you're going to move, you want to eat well. Now, I like this diagram. If you eat well, you're going to feel good, and you'll have the desire to move. And that's going to make you want to eat well, and that's going to make you feel good, and then you're going to continue to have the desire to move. And the opposite is true as well. So if you don't eat well, you don't feel good, and you really don't have the desire to move. And not having the desire to move makes you not care whether you're going to eat well. And that's going to make you not feel good. It's just a vicious cycle. And so we want the good cycle of eating well, feeling good, and having that desire to move. Those all three complement each other. So again, eating well and moving makes you feel good, and that's going to improve your health, and that's going to improve your life. So here are some strategies to help you in moving your body. So first of all, you want to take the time to move, and also you want to find your why. And we'll talk about each of these in more detail. First of all, take the time. You cannot make time. Each of us has 24 hours in a day. So you got no more time than that 24 hours. And you cannot find time because, again, you only have 24 hours in a day. You really have to take part of that time, part of that 24 hours in your day, and figure out how you're going to use that for your good, for your health, and to help you move your body, to get healthier, and to improve your life. So my recommendation is to get up early in the morning. I recommend getting up 30 to 60 minutes earlier. I used to get up at around 6 a.m. to be to work by 7 a.m. And I know this sounds crazy, but I now sometimes get up as early as 3:30 in the morning to be ready to run by 4 o'clock so that I can plan to return home by 6 o'clock, which is when I used to get up. And the reason why I do that is so that I have the time to follow my training plan that I have set for myself. Now we'll talk about why I do that in a few minutes. And I'm not saying you have to get up 2 or 2.5 hours earlier like I do sometimes. Just 30 to 60 minutes earlier than you normally get up. Now you also probably will need to get to bed earlier at night, or you're going to have to sacrifice some sleep. Now I recommend getting to bed earlier at night, but even if you have to sacrifice some sleep, the benefits far outweigh the cost. Now the second strategy I have is to find your why. And I know doing all this for me, quote unquote, sounds good. But what happens when I get tired? Or I just don't want to? Or I just don't feel like moving? I'll tell you what happens because it's happened to me. And that is you just stop doing it. And I realize stopping doing it for 1 or 2 days is not going to kill you. But by the same token, what's going to incentivize you to start doing that all over again? So you really need to find a why. You really need to find a reason for actually doing all this. So it's better to have a reason that's bigger than you. Now, I'm not trying to minimize your importance, but just to get you to be accountable to someone or something that's outside of yourself. Now, here's my why for running. My why for running was, and continues to be, providing clean waters for our neighbors in Africa. So when I don't want to anymore, I realize that I need to, for their sake. Now, I'll probably never meet these people in Africa who are benefiting by me raising money for clean water, but I'm still accountable to them and to several thousand other runners who are doing the same thing, running to raise money for clean water. Now, there are a whole bunch of things that you need to think about as far as criteria on how you're actually going to move your body. So the first thing that you want to think about is money. So you want to consider the costs. The cost of membership, if you need to join a gym or another place to move your body. You need to consider the cost of any special equipment and or supplies. You need to know if there's a cost of any special clothing or shoes that you need to wear, and also any other special gear that you might need. So you may have a limitation on your budget, and so these are some things that really are critical to think about when you're thinking about how much money can I spend to actually move my body in this way that I want to move it. Now, another thing to think about is the location. Can I do this at home? Do I need to join a gym? Do I need to join some kind of club? And as far as the gym goes, I need to think about what are the hours of the gym? Does that meet my needs? Is that in my schedule? Another thing to think about, again, is cost. So we just talked about money, but think about the cost of a gym. There might be registration and sign-up fees. There might be a monthly fee or an annual fee. Also, there could be special fees for specific classes that I want to take to move my body in a certain way. You also need to consider how long is the commute, because think about your overall time commitment to work out. You have to add the commute in there as well, because that's going to add time to your overall workout period. And finally, if you have children, you need to think about childcare. Is it provided at the gym? Is there a cost? What are the childcare hours? Are there time limits? Maybe there's a time limit of 1 hour of childcare or 2 hours of childcare, and then it costs. Or maybe there's just a limit period no matter how much it costs. Another thing, of course, that you need to think about is the time. How much time per day can I take to do this? How many days per week can I do this? Another thing to think about is what parts of your body do you want to move in order to get healthier? Do you want to work out legs? Do you want to work out your arms? Do you want to work out your chest or your shoulders or your back or your abs or some other part of your body? So just be thinking about what parts of my body do I want to work out, and then think through what kinds of activities will help me get to where I want to be as far as increasing the health of these parts of my body. And then the last thing you need to think about is what kind of movement do you want to do? Do I want to go cardio aerobic? So I can do one of these exercises or many others that involve walking, running, biking, swimming, taking the stairs? Or am I more concerned about my muscles and I need to use weights or resistance bands or Bowflex or something that's going to help me increase my muscle strength? And then finally, based on all that criteria and the answers to that, you need to determine what kind of movement is right for you and how you're going to make it happen consistently. And consistently is a key word there, because you don't want to just do this one day a week. You want to do it consistently. It doesn't have to be every day, but I would say 3 to 5 times a week you want to be doing this movement of your body.